The actual page heading is at level 5.
That's not great. All right. Hello, everyone who's out there. And welcome to us playing Numenera live for the first time. So hopefully this goes well. We have the cast of the Amber Clave here, and then special guest Darcy Ross.
Hello. Yay.
Hi.
So we are going to be playing the 2017 free RPG scenario, Spire the Hunting Sound. And I will be GMing as usual because I'm not good at giving up control.
Who is?
And with me today playing, we have Shauna.
Hi. Tonight, do you want me to introduce my character like we normally do, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Shauna. Tonight I'm going to be playing Faroon, who is a stealthy jack who explores dark places.
Landon.
Hey, and I will be playing Tanis, who is a strong-willed jack who commands mental powers.
Acer.
Hello, this is Acer, and I will be playing Karis.
Sorry.
Yep. I'll be playing Karis, the swift glaive who wields 2 weapons at once.
And last but not least, we have us, the Money Cook Games community relations manager. Hopefully I got that sort of right. Darcy.
Yep. Yes, I'm so excited to be here. So I'm Darcy Ross, and I will be playing Sharad Talar, an intelligent nano who leads with a dark past. So I'm very excited to have that looming behind me.
So you all sort of have some sort of connection with each other. You want to tell us a bit about what your characters are like and how they know one another, or maybe not the whole party, but at least someone in the party? Acer, you can go first.
I apparently broke Talus out of prison. As a favor to his sister. Well, as a return favor I owed her.
Oh, she must.
Oh no. What was Tanis doing in prison, Landon?
I took the fall for my sister.
Oh no.
She did something, and
Just
I took
really
the blame.
Good.
Yeah, to protect her reputation. So my connection would have been the glaive Kalain, other than Karis. So I'm not sure how I'm connected to, other than just to Karis busting me out.
Well, at least you guys are friends and you are traveling together. What about Sharad?
Sharad, those of you who have gotten close to them, an experiment that I conducted in the past went horribly awry, and I've sort of been trying to make good since then. So Faroon probably knows this about me as what are you? You're that stealthy jack. Kind of told me about this strange structure out in the wilderness. You seem to have some perhaps ill-gotten knowledge, and perhaps wherever you got it, I don't care. I'm curious about this structure, and so we want to investigate it together. And my powers of leadership helped string the rest of us together.
All right, and what about Faroon?
Well, I guess I was hanging out with Tanis' sister if I have this ill-gotten knowledge. But I do kind of know my way around the streets. I was actually in the area hunting an escaped prisoner who was traveling with us for a short while named Kalain, but he's no longer with us. I decided not to bring him in because Sharad was, doing research, and I decided that would be more interesting than just chasing another bounty.
So apparently Kalain has used this opportunity to make themselves scarce.
He's like, look over there, a weird building. Bye.
He's the one that told you about this building.
Every time I hear we're investigating a weird building, I have flashbacks.
Well, we're going to begin this adventure, as many adventures classically begin, with you waking up in a strange place.
Oh, not again.
You are prone on the upper deck of a Kai airship called the Alestrian. You were traveling on this ship. You don't remember becoming unconscious, and you hear this weird repeating musical tone and have a terrible headache.
Oh,
Whoa.
no.
There are 12 other people and the captain lying down around you. Most of them are unconscious. A couple are stirring, but none of them are like really moving.
I pat myself down. And do I still have my armor, my belongings with me?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I bleeding?
No. Unless you like hurt yourself falling down.
I don't think so.
All right, that one's up to you. Looking around, you see two figures wearing heavy robes. They're looking out at the horizon off the edge of the airship. They have their backs to you. One of them has a small silver box in a gloved hand, and it seems to be chirping out this strange music that's giving you goose flesh. But they are pretty much ignoring you.
Can I scan that little box from this far away?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'd like to, what do I got on my head? Yeah, I've got a little weird floating crystal in front of my head, so that glows a little bit as I attempt to scan it.
All right. Can you
Would you-
give me a roll for that?
Absolutely. A 3.
It seems to be some sort of artifact, but that's about all you get out of it.
Got it.
Welcome to the Amber Clave.
Yeah. Clearly, I was cut out for this.
I am going to give you all 1 XP to start out with, by the way.
Nice.
It's not on the character sheets. I always forget that step.
Mm.
But you guys all remember getting on this airship. You boarded it in Kai as paying passengers. You were flying to the city of Bridges, which is a little north of Kai. The ship is about 100 feet long and 30 feet tall, so it's a little bit small by Kai standards, but it can still, move about 20 people around.
Oh, so we're not even at capacity right now.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a little bit of space. And where were we heading again?
To the city of Bridges.
How far away were these two people?
They are, let's see, about 20 feet away.
Okay.
Are they talking amongst themselves?
They seem to be communicating somehow, but you don't hear anything.
Okay. I sort of look to all my companions, check in, gesture. I'm still trying not to talk at all. Does everybody? We're all sort of in sight of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The two people, they aren't from the original crew that we joined, right? The robed figures.
You can't see like their face or anything, but you've never seen anyone wearing this sort of robe before.
What about the other people that are laying on the ground with us? Do they look familiar? Are they people we were traveling with before?
Yeah, they were all the people who were traveling with you to the city of Bridges, and you see the captain as well.
All right. I am a swift glaive, and
Yeah,
I am trained in initiative, and that means I will act decisively.
All right.
That does not necessarily mean I will act intelligently. That's the realm of nanos. And so I have this cipher, and one of my failings as a Numenera player is that I underutilize ciphers, but this one seems like it was intended to be used, and it casts a beam 300 feet, which seems like something that will be very useful.
Wow.
Let's see. actually a ray of fire. To be
Ooh.
exact.
Ooh, nice.
Where's this ray of fire going?
It's going toward the person holding this artifact that we cannot identify. Okay. I will roll
Okay.
and get a 16.
All right.
Wow, nice.
That will hit. How much damage does that do?
7 points.
Wow. All right. So your blast of flame hits one of the figures and their robe sort of ignites, and you knock the box out of their hand. And so now it's just like making weird noise on the deck. They both sort of turn towards you and jump away. Like an inhuman distance, trying to get out
Whoa.
of your reach.
Somebody get the box.
I will try to discreetly sneak forward and grab the box while they're jumping back.
All right.
Like maybe I have an inability with sprinting, so I can't do this super fast. But maybe
You can
they
try.
won't see me do it while they're distracted.
Nice.
That's the goal. I also rolled a 3.
Oh, okay. We're in it now.
All right. So they see you sprinting for the box, and one of them jumps back into your way.
Oh,
I guess I have to hit him, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Why don't we go into initiative then?
Okay.
Since we seem to be heading towards more fighting maneuvers.
a 1.
Perfect.
I got a 17.
Nice.
I got an 11.
I rolled a 6, but I'm trained.
Ah.
Hey.
All right. I'm gonna wait on Darcy's GM intrusion.
Yep.
And Tanis, you go first.
All right. So we have one of the robed figures hopping back towards Faroon, right?
Yes.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my telepathic ability to, if Faroon allows the connection, to basically tell her I got her back. And then I am going to take my oak staff and try to smack the guy that's hopping up towards Faroon.
All right.
All right. I thought I'm not trained with making attacks with the soak staff, sadly. That's a 10.
All right. So you bring it down, but it's like he bends in an unnatural way so that he's just
Ooh.
not where you were expecting him to be when you tried to hit him.
That's just not right.
Yeah.
Ominous, for sure.
Then they are going to go for that GM intrusion. The one that got blasted by Karis is going to grab onto to the other one, and they're going to like meld together into one being. So you see
Excuse
them
me?
like throw off these robes, and they're mechanical beings underneath, and they don't really have faces. They have these circular mirrors instead. And now there is a bigger, stronger, better being in front of you now.
Oh boy.
Whoops.
And it's everyone else's turn.
Great.
I'm starting to feel like maybe we took the wrong approach.
I'm also trained in running.
I'm not.
So you do know there are little pods on the side of the ship that are like little escape pods that you can get in and go if you really wanted to, but there are like 13 unconscious people on the deck, so.
Yeah.
You can't just run away. I have a crossbow.
All right.
I will utilize crossbow. And you said they're 20 feet away. I can move.
They've been jumping around.
Oh, okay. How close is how close is it now?
It's in about short range from you.
Okay. Well, I will fire the crossbow and hope
Alright.
for the best.
Mhm.
Employing Pierce.
Nice.
And miss
All right.
with an 8.
Yep, that will not hit. What about Faroon?
Faroon is going to give this a try with her sword. The one that picked up the box. But I want to, instead of try to actually hurt this person, I want to try to like hit them on their wrist or whatever body part would be attached to the box to try to knock the box out of their hands.
All right.
Okay. I rolled a 9.
All right. They're doing that weird bendy thing again where their bodies don't move in a way that you expect them to.
Stop doing that.
It's really not fair, guys.
They still haven't said words, right?
No, they have not.
And they're still like pretty hard to see underneath the robes, or
Well, you can see pretty much all of them now. They're like metallic robot-y looking things.
Cool.
Well, now they're like a Voltron one since they connected together.
Yeah. All right. I think my friend Faroon had the right idea. So if I'm able to act, I'm going to try to activate my little gem and shoot a little lightning bolt like bit of energy at the appendage that's holding the box.
All right.
So I guess I'll do this one with like physical damage.
Okay.
I rolled an 11.
All right. It's not quite enough. They seem like they are very good at dodging your attacks.
Yeah, they are.
And that maybe they're trying to keep you busy.
Mm.
And we're back at the top with Tanis.
I
Mhm.
have something I want to do, but I don't think I can really do it for at least 2 more rounds because I can't telepathically I can make a telepathic connection with more than one contact, but I have to do it individually. So I don't know if I can make mental contacts like more than one around, if that makes sense.
Are you thinking for all of us? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Just like to warn y'all, because there's a cipher I want to use, but y'all don't need to hear it. But I don't want to shout like, "Hey, everybody, plug your ears," because then it may not affect it, you know?
I think I would just have you roll and make it a higher difficulty for everyone you want to contact.
That makes a lot of sense.
All right, then that's what I'm going to do is I will try to make a telepathic connection with those of us that are awake. I'm not going to necessarily worry about the ones still kind of unconscious on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that's a 12.
All right. You don't manage to connect with everyone, but you can't really tell that.
Okay. So other than my connection with Faroon from earlier, what the hell? Just for the shenanigans of it, I'll assume it succeeded.
Yeah.
So I'll just broadcast with my thought, like, plug your ears. And I'm going to use my level 6 flute-like device. It plays a happy tone that's audible within short range. Those not forewarned to plug their ears drop what they are holding and become ecstatic for 1 minute, during which time the difficulty of all their actions is increased by 2 steps.
That is so good. Now, I had the connection earlier, so did I get the warning or no?
Yeah, you would have the warning to like cover your ears.
I would cover my ears. I know that Tanis is up to shenanigans.
Did Tanis get to either of the other 2 of us, or just Faroon? Nice.
All right, so you play your flute-like device. And the large metallic figure in front of you drops the weapon. I'll let the other two make an intellect defense roll, but the difficulty is going to be 6 because that's the level of the cipher.
Whoops.
Oh, 19.
Oh wow!
I'm
Nice.
so defended.
Wow, I like rolling 8s apparently.
All right. So not Tanis, Karis, you drop your crossbow, but and you feel very happy. Maybe crossbows just aren't a good weapon for you.
Maybe not.
Yeah, you're free of them now.
Light, happy.
But the figures also drop the box again. And they'll spend their turn. I don't know how you get like a happy smile on a reflective plate, but you just feel the beaming joyousness coming from their weird empty face.
Cute.
They're shining a little more like a disco ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it is Sharad, Faroon, and Karis's turn.
I'm wondering if we can negotiate with them at this point.
Well, we should
I've-
definitely scoop up the
Yes.
artifact. So I will do that.
Great.
I don't have to sprint. I don't have to hit anyone. I should be able to just pick it up.
All right. Yeah, you're able to pick it up.
Okay, good.
Do you want to try to deactivate it?
Yeah.
All
Well-
right.
Yeah, I will try to deactivate it. I suppose I will roll for that. And another thing that I have no training.
You're a Jack who's, explores dark places. You've turned off security devices and other strange.
It's
bits.
fine. Okay, I rolled a 16.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. You're able to turn it off, and it stops making that weird tonal sound, and you feel your headache starting to recede.
Oh, thank goodness.
Do the metal creatures react to it being turned off?
They seem maybe upset, but they're just too busy being happy, so it sort of gets washed away in the spread of emotion.
Nice.
I have a lot of feelings right now.
You're feeling them hard.
I'm too busy laughing.
What are you doing, Sharad?
I'd like to sort of pull something down from my hair, and it's a little mask. It's a cipher that I'm going to activate. It trains me in persuasion for a day, so I'm going to sort of
Nice.
put on this weird moth-like mask thing that's sort of fluttering around. And I'm going to try to talk to them. I don't know if language is really going to work, but I would feel better if I've tried. So I'm going to take a step forward toward them, and in their movements of ecstasy and happiness, I'm still going to try to talk at them. This is clearly a misunderstanding. Please let us know what you want, and we can all safely navigate this airship to where we need to go. I don't want to hurt you if I don't have to.
That's a good catch.
Yeah.
I want to hurt them.
Yeah, Figure out that would be a hard persuasion check to make, that none of us want to hurt you.
All right. Give me a roll for that.
Sure. I am trained in all social interactions, and then with the mask, I am specialized for this. So, oh God, a 3. I'd like to use an XP if I could.
All right.
Cool. Yeah. Can I use effort, or do I need to have said it before the second roll?
Usually, yeah, before the roll.
But I can't do it before this new roll.
Oh, you can do it before this new roll. That's fine.
Cool. Yeah, I'll spend a level. And it's a 1. So
Oh no.
buckle up. This is what playing with Darcy is, and why I GM, because I don't have to. Oh gosh, I'm so excited.
All right.
Just another day.
Yeah.
The larger Voltron bot says in this like insecty buzzing voice. We are taking you where you need to be, batch 54, and it will jump up, like straight up, and puncture the balloon for the dirigible.
Oh,
and
God.
You start crashing.
No. Okay.
Oh, no.
Well, okay. So I want to tell you that on my paper for flex skill, I literally just wrote airship piloting.
Yes, you did.
Shauna,
Like,
no.
strong.
You should have written airship repair.
I didn't know. So, I'm gonna run to whatever the controls are and try to make this a control.
Emergency landing.
All right, so there is a cockpit you know about underneath. The good news is when you did disable that box, the other people did start stirring, so they're waking up even more. It seems like the box was what was keeping them asleep, so not everyone is unconscious anymore.
Okay.
They are panicking, though.
They should be.
They woke up and they were immediately started crashing.
Oh, my gosh.
I'd go back to sleep.
This is one of those good news, bad news situations, folks.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go for the controls then, and hopefully rouse a couple other crew members along the way.
Strong.
All right. I'm gonna give this airship piloting a roll here, and we'll
All
see.
Oh, wait. Can't maybe Sherrod has some tips she can impart.
Why, yes. Let's see. This is my good advice, of course. I can give a suggestion involving their next action and give them some training. So let us see. What do I want to do? No, not that doohickey. You want the oblong spitterator, right?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, that's
The
what you want.
oblong. Okay.
Spitterator.
Spitterator. I go for the oblong spitterator.
All right. Give me an airship piloting roll.
I mean, I don't know why any of you would trust me after my behavior so far in this, but thank you. It's clearly out of love.
We've been in messes like this before. Okay, I rolled a 14.
All right.
Nice.
So
So
you have
plus
your
my flex
training.
skill plus the oblong spinnerator advice.
So you grab the controls and the spitterator and you start getting things leveled out. Like you're clearly not going to be floating anymore because the balloon is punctured, but you're starting getting in a controlled crash landing. Unfortunately, in your panic to break into here, you didn't look up, and there was another one of these things on the ceiling.
No.
Who's now going to try to stop you.
Oh.
So he's going to reach down and try to wrest the steering wheel out of your hands.
Why?
Or the spitterator. One of the two.
What a jerk. All right.
Don't do it.
So
Don't let him do it.
what should I roll to try to...
Just might. Maybe might defense if you have it, but straight up might probably.
I don't have my defense, but I'm going to spend points for a level of effort.
Nice.
I think that this is a crucial moment. I'm also going to use my XP. Do I need to spend again for a reroll?
No.
Okay. Wow. I got a 4.
All right.
Someone
Oh,
tweet
no.
at Dennis Detweiler that congratulations, you killed us in the first scene.
Yeah.
You're not dead yet.
All right, this
probably
D20's
make it so,
out.
though.
Bye.
All right, so you start crashing, and this figure seems to be driving you straight towards the ground.
Oh, God.
What are you all going to do as you see Faroon has not gained control of the ship?
Try to get people to those escape pods.
Yeah. Is there still time if one of us were able to get control of the thing, or are we like imminent crashing?
It's pretty imminent.
Oh, okay. In that case,
Well, you could get in the escape pods, but you're not really going to be able to get back control of the ship and then like level it out.
Okay.
I think we have to bail out, people.
Yeah. I'm
think
going to
it's
be
time to bail.
shouting. good advice at people around to like scurry to the escape pods, right? I'm going to try to motivate people to be able to get to safety in time. Goodness. Yeah, so I'll try to help people into escape pods, bailing people in. I'm actually going to stay as long as I can, basically until impact, because I have a plan for just pre-impact. So I will stay an unhealthy amount of time on the ship to the last.
Gerard has apparently imparted an unhealthy amount of loyalty, because if she has a plan, I'm sticking with her.
Oh, thank you. I'm definitely getting you folks into an escape pod. I'll load you up last if we can. I have a sash that I'm confident will help me, but not you.
Oh, in that case.
Yeah. Not
Go
too
on.
much loyalty.
Can I see the hole in the balloon part of the?
Yeah. So the envelope is leaking the gas pretty quickly. So it's like maybe half full now.
Oof.
Oh, so that's not really repairable in this short amount of time.
Yeah, that would be closing the barn door, I think. A little late.
Yeah. All right, I guess I'll run for an escape pod then.
All right.
I'll not run because I'm unable.
You power walk.
Pumping my arms furiously. I high five Sherrod on my way past.
So each of you can get into one of these pods. They're sort of barrel shaped, and once you're inside, you pull on this small gold lever. It releases the barrel, and in odd spiral airfoil, 3 times its size, snap out, and so you like sort of spiral down like those helicopter seed things from the trees.
Wow,
and,
that's kind of cool.
Land on the ground.
Okay.
And so you can all see the glory of the Alestrian crashing nearby.
Jeez.
As it hits ground too.
Oh, I'm sorry, Megan. I bumped my microphone. Could you say that again?
You all see the glorious crash of the Alestrian as it hits the ground and makes quite a large boom.
Oh, no.
That's what happened to Colleen. Didn't make the escape pod.
I hope that was insured.
Did we get everybody off then? Seems like it was just the Illustrian that crashed.
Yes. Yeah, you got everyone off.
And did those metal creatures stay on the ship the whole time?
They did.
Wild.
I don't like that they refer to us as a batch.
Yeah,
I have really weird feelings about that.
Wait. I don't know. Yeah, Sherrod may particularly be concerned about that.
Yes. As we sort of land, I'm going to try to go into leading mode and wrangle people and make sure people's injuries are treated if anyone was hurt. But who has the artifact?
I believe Faroon still has it.
I have it.
Yeah.
So I will hand that over to Sherrod. Are you the one who's most knowledgeable about artifacts in this group?
I think so. Yeah, I'm specialized in studying the Numenera as a nano from my time.
Well, press it into your hands. Like, I don't know what this is, but please.
Well, thank you for turning it off. So, yeah, I'd like to take a minute to, if everything's not on fire, take a minute to study this, see if I can understand anything about it, and particularly glean any information about the people who used it. You know, whether or not I'm looking for insight into our batch friends, our Voltron batch friends.
All right. You have time, and it's not an urgent thing. So if you study it for a little while, you're able to identify it as a Melu box.
Melu box.
It, when activated, every living creature in a 30-foot radius falls unconscious. Some people are able to struggle through it to stay awake, but for the most part, it will just knock everyone out.
Wow.
The people on the ship with you are mostly fine. The captain did break her leg, Captain Tozin. During the escape, her first mate, whose name is Mowley, is trying to take command. He's actually mostly relieved that Sherrod is helping with that.
Mm.
But the rest of you, while Sherrod's looking at the box, you notice something a little strange. You've traveled between Kai and the City of Bridges before, and there definitely isn't a big green desert there.
Huh.
Oh no.
Green desert, you say?
The sand is all green.
What's it smell like?
Sandy. There's these rolling dunes of fine green sand interspersed with outcroppings of jagged reddish black rock that can be up to several hundred feet tall. They're very sharp and pointy rocks. So maybe you were unconscious for longer than you thought you were, but this is not something you've ever heard of before.
Wild.
And I'm a caravan guard, so I've heard some really weird stories.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like this, though.
Do we see anywhere in the distance that might provide shelter? Or I guess when we were sort of crashing, I'm trained in remembering and memorizing if it looked like there was a direction we should head, you know?
Yeah, so you could probably get some shelter from these outcroppings. There's not that much here. That there's almost no vegetation or obvious wildlife. You don't see any natural water sources. The only thing that really sticks out is to the east, there is a green halo-like glow on the horizon at nighttime.
Do we have any water?
You can try to scavenge some
Oh boy.
from the wreck.
Okay. I'm going to use my other cipher. I never figured I would be using it quite like this, but I have an injector, and when I give myself a shot, the difficulty of my next action will be reduced by 3 steps.
Oh wow.
So I guess I have something that makes me a really good scavenger.
Nice.
Maybe it's like Adderall.
So focused.
Really, really on task right now.
Hang on, people. Let me just study the wreck real quick.
Nice.
All right, why don't you give
Yeah,
me...
I'll try to follow you in guard and watch out for that.
Are you giving me good advice too?
I'm definitely giving you good advice. Don't waste your time over there. I saw,
All right, so
like a grandma. She's like, well, really, it's better if you do it this way.
Yeah, I know.
So all more of the success will be due to your good advice and my taking drugs than actual luck. As I rolled a 10, so that's a level 7 success still.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to just decrease the amount of time it takes you to find everything.
There you go.
So some of the people are willing to help search with you. One of them is an oil merchant from the City of Bridges named Pisette. He spends most of the search telling you that his company is at a vital point in its history and that he needs to get back home as soon as possible. There's also a farmer who was on her way to the City of Bridges for a wedding named Maria, and a retired soldier named Agrorat. But with their help, you are able to find 12 water jugs, enough water for one person for 24 days, several boxes of candied fruits, which is enough for one person for 4 days, 6 survival packs. Each of them will last someone 4 days. 4 tins of jerked meat, which is enough for one person for 2 weeks. Enough canvas and synth bars to fashion 5 tents. A large crate filled with 90 cans of tinned meat and vegetables, which is enough to feed someone for a month.
Wow. Okay.
6 empty backpacks, a compass, firewood and matches, some glow globes, 4 50-foot sections of rope, some oil, a first aid kit, a skin of wine, a large knife, a spear, and Agraret's broadsword. It has his initials on the hilt.
We'll return
grab a
that.
skin of wine and I take a slug.
I think everyone that's enough for one slug per person.
I don't offer it to anyone else, but I will let someone take it from me.
All right.
a
Maybe we
total
should
monster.
build or try building something to, like a sled or something, to make it easier to transport all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, what time of day is it?
It is, it's like early evening.
So should we maybe make camp for the first night? Let everyone have a good meal and a rest.
Well, the thing I'm afraid of, is that if this truly is a desert, then it'll be really hot during the day. So we'll probably want to move at night, right? And it'll be easier to follow that glow.
That's true. It will be easier to follow the glow. And we've all been sleeping for an unknown amount of time.
There is
True.
that too.
I'm curious. I wanna look at the compass and see if the compass is actually like functional, or if it's just. Granted, I'm thinking of like a compass where if the magnetic field's weird or something, it's just gonna spin.
So it's not, it is sort of like in a 45-degree arc moving back and forth. It's not like spinning, but it's not, doesn't seem like it's very reliable.
That's not
Okay.
right. Which I think will be a persistent refrain throughout this entire adventure.
I don't think this is going to be of much use.
Passette tries to get everyone on his side. He thinks they should head west. That's obviously the way civilization is west. And we should go there. The captain insists that a group of adventurers should head out east towards the horizon and then come back for everyone when they find civilization, because that's where the light is.
Wow. Choices. I mean, I am inclined to go towards the light too.
I've got a big moth mask on, so of course
Yeah.
I'm all for going toward the light.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
Makes sense.
It sounds like the light's the best way to go.
I like Faroon's idea that maybe, and the captain's idea that maybe we go send out ourselves out as a scouting party, basically, to find out if it's worth moving the whole caravan over.
Yep, they can have their own harrowing Donner Party-esque narrative. We'll just
And they can build, things that we can use for sleds when we do find the right direction.
Right.
Yeah.
So they can use that time productively,
also,
or Donner Party it.
yeah.
Up to them.
Also, the captain's got a broken leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do think that's a good idea then. Leave like a home base crew
So
with specific directions.
the soldier can protect them with his sword.
Yeah.
Wait, but he has a broken leg?
No, the captain, the
Oh,
airship
the
captain has a
captain.
broken
Okay.
leg. If the wine merchant wants to go west, I'm not going to stop him.
He can just go off by himself.
He's back in a city.
Aw. So I have a tracker that lets me tag up to 7 willing people, and show their relative location on this little device. So I think that I would love to tag all of us, and then maybe the captain, the soldier, and if the wine merchant goes away on his own, then him too, I guess.
All right. He is going to argue that the best way then is for half of the party to go east and the smart half of the party, aka him, to go west towards
Oh my gosh.
civilization.
All right. Well, his half of the party is going to be a lot smaller.
Well, how are the rest of the people feeling about
Yeah.
this?
Rhea and the captain are on your side, and then the first mate's on your side because that's the side the captain's on.
Good.
Agrorat isn't really taking sides, and the rest of the unnamed people are just overwhelmed. They're sort of in shock.
Oh.
Poor passenger number 4. Yeah, well, it sounds like there's a pretty strong plurality in favor of our plan. And that's the armed plurality.
I want to try to talk to this wine merchant and use my lies and trickery to convince them that we need to check out the glow first, but it's probably not very far away. And we need them to stay here and get the rest of the other crew ready to head east when we get back.
All right. Give me a roll for that.
Goodness. I rolled a 6. But I am trained.
You are trained. He says, I see that you think that's the best, but really I have to think about my business and I need to be back home. I can't wait for people to come back.
Well, I guess you're on your own then.
I guess so.
I hand him a tin of candied fruit.
So I'm gonna step in if I can and see if I can't convince him to give us like 3, 2 or how far away do we think that glow might be? Do we have any idea if it's days or weeks or hours?
It looks like it might be at least a week, maybe longer. It's
Wow.
pretty far away.
Wow, that's a bright glow.
Wow, that's actually really weird because that'd be like 70 miles conservatively.
Goodness, do we want to split the party that long? I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with that.
That is a pretty long time. Also, now that I know how far away it is, if it's glowing that brightly, do we really want to get closer to it?
You raise an interesting point.
No, that seems like where we should go.
Is the glow in such a way where it could be construed as maybe like the lights of a city or something on the horizon, or is it just like we can tell? No, it's just a weird, almost miniature sun in the distance. If that makes sense.
It's like a halo light glow on the horizon, so it could be a city or something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna try persuasion on the wine merchant guy.
Mm-hmm.
To point out, like, obviously this is probably a city of some sort. That's the glow we're seeing. If you're a businessman, if this is a new city, that's a new market you haven't even tapped yet. Like, you should probably be going with us if you're wanting to make some more sales. Or, hey, you might be able to find some like more fruit that you've never, seen before to make some new wines.
Exclusive vintages.
Yeah. So I'm going to try that. And I'm trained in persuasion.
Nice.
Coming at this guy from an entirely different angle he's not expecting.
And
I'll take our turn spinning.
I rolled a 14.
That's better.
You've convinced him. New markets. He's like rubbing his hands together. He's like, I think you might be right. I need to be the first person to get on the ground level of this.
Yes.
Just had to make him see shin signs.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's envisioning that glow is just a giant pile of shins now.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel bad for this guy now. Just a little. Just a little.
Well, you should feel bad for yourself because he wants to go with you now.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, you're right. I feel terrible for me.
All right. In that case, how does everyone feel about spending the night to rest a little bit, get some of the scrap of this wreck turned into things we can use to carry our supplies,
Mhm.
And and what else? I mean, is there? I assume when you let's see, that was when Karis successfully scavenged the wreckage. There was no sign of those metal creatures.
No, there wasn't.
I'm still
So-
alive, so
Okay.
probably not. Also, I think we should try to reallocate all the supplies to as many people as possible
Yeah.
to avoid,
Mhm.
you know, if they're bandits or just ravines or who knows.
Mhm.
hmm
Let's just try to spread
Mhm.
everything out and minimize the possibility that all of our food gets eaten by one person in the middle of the night.
All right. Are you gonna travel as a whole group then?
Yeah.
One
So-
person like that wine merchant, for example.
Give me a perception. Give me a perception check, Karis.
Oh no. Natural 19.
All right.
Oh, nice.
When you're handing out the supplies, the shares for everyone, you noticed that you found 4 tins of jerked meat, but Passette definitely has 5 tins in his bag that he's putting the new supplies you gave him in.
Oh. Where did all this come from?
I found it.
Everybody who was scavenging things put it all in one big pile.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I guess enjoy your 5 tins, and we'll just pass everything else out among the other people here.
I need some of that fruit though. What if I get scurvy?
Well, we could have really used some of those tins. This is a team effort.
He harumphs. And he will share his food back into the pile to get some scurvy preventing fruit.
Nice.
I don't know if candied fruit still prevents scurvy, but I'm going to say it does.
He
Probably
thinks it
more
does.
so
That's all
than
that
other-
matters.
There's enough nanites in the ninth world. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's like some that fix scurvy.
There we go.
Vitamin D deficiencies.
Yeah.
I whisper to Karis, I have 5 days of rations. Okay.
Hey, if it was in our explorer packs, it's not. We didn't find it in the wreckage.
That's what I was thinking. Sorry, guilty conscience.
Oh,
I had to confess.
at least you didn't confess to me.
Oh no! Oh no!
All right. So you guys rest for the night and head out in the morning.
hmm
So you've constructed some sleds and ways to carry everything and everyone.
The dog just snored.
Oh.
Across the green sand, which I feel like would be disconcerting because you feel like there should be like food around you, but there's none.
Yeah.
Since this is a new day, I'm gonna go ahead and say my flex skill for the day is survival.
That is a good.
Wow.
That's right, new flex skill. I want to go with.
Navigation.
Yeah, I was gonna say geography, but navigation probably better.
Are there any water sources? Tennis.
Hydrology, anyone?
As you set out in the morning, you see 2 figures approximately 2 miles away on one of these outcroppings watching you pack up and leave. But they disappear after a while.
Oh my gosh, the ring wraiths are back.
Ugh. Are they wearing robes?
They are.
Jerks.
All right. So you are going to journey east for
Yes.
22 days.
Oh my
Whoa.
gosh.
I'm going to
Wow.
have you guys go around and tell me some difficulty that you guys encounter and how you overcome it, or maybe what you do to find food as you go on this long journey towards the light.
Wow.
My goodness.
Acer, you got to go first because you're right next to me.
That's really mean. All right. I think at some point, probably around day 2, we wake up to the wine merchant opening things that aren't in a pack that, is his,
Mhm.
shall we
Uh-huh.
say. And then I think we have to deal with that.
All right. Darcy, how do you guys deal with that?
Ooh, interesting. I think maybe Faroon, would you be comfortable if like I drag you in and I like the two of us maybe tell a story of like out adventuring in back in our days when like someone similar did something and like all the horrors that befell them and how we just tell some like real fire brimstone you're gonna get killed out here and here are all the horrible things that will happen to you and
It was never the same for him.
exactly.
Yeah, I will totally jump in on that.
Awesome. So we conjure some really messy ends that he could find himself
All
facing.
right. He's scared straight.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
All right, Sharad, what's something else you encounter or another difficulty?
I'm imagining a late night campfire scene. You know, we're deep in the thick of it. We're in the middle of nowhere. We're 10 or 11 days in and still 10 or 11 days out. And I'm thinking, morale is getting really low. But I think, yes, I think like morale is just really low, and some people are wondering if they should head back. There's just this moment of the dark night of our sorrows here on this long journey.
All right, Tanis, it's a dark night of sorrows. How do you fix this?
Think I got the perfect thing for this. So I didn't actually like throw away that flute-like device. I think over time, just so my mind's just not wandering off. Tanis has been tinkering with it.
Cool.
So he's now made it into just like a normal, flute kind of instrument.
Nice.
So whenever he kind of on this night ends up realizing, man, everybody is just down low. He tries to like mimic that happy tune that it played originally before the circuits and stuff fried in it to try to cheer people up. So that's what I do to try to rectify that situation.
Nice.
Awesome.
I have an oddity. It is an unknown musical instrument that plays only soft, unpleasant sounds. So I also try to play along. But it's not very good, so I don't play for very long.
Well, on top of that, I think while that's going on, I have an oddity that emits a projection of a human face that changes expression depending on the direction it's looking. So it's like, Tanis is trying between his playing and then whenever Faroon tries to join in, make it look like a weird puppet show thing with his other oddity.
Cool.
Oh, I have an oddity. It's an egg-shaped device that occasionally spins and speaks in a language no one understands. And so I try to get people interested in trying to make a game out of what exactly this thing is doing. So we're just going to game chef it, I guess, in the green desert.
Nice.
Yeah, so your guys' nights become a lot more cheery as you have some activities going on now. It's not
paint
just
a face
like...
on a volleyball. It's fine.
Yeah. We do what we can.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tanis, what is something else that happens?
Let's see, we've already had person kind of break in to steal some food. Doldrums in the night. Let's see what else. think maybe as we get a little closer to the light, maybe it's starting to get a little harder to kind of sleep during the night because it's actually starting to get a lot brighter. So that's kind of causing some issues as we've gotten closer. It's getting harder for some people to kind of try to fall asleep because it kind of always seems a bit like twilight or something like that.
Nice.
All right. Faroon, how are you going to fix this?
It's me?
Yep.
I would think that there's large outcrops of rocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we could take some of these rocks and build like a little lean-to at night when we're trying to sleep to block some of the light. Maybe dig into the sand a little ways and use part of the balloon that I am assuming we brought with us as we scavenged from the...
Yeah, it's part of your like tarp.
Yeah, so
scenario.
we use the tarp to kind of hold back the sand and create a little pit. So we're kind of going partially underground.
Oh, wow.
Make a little cave.
Yeah.
To have some nice, relaxing sleep.
I like it. I was worried your solution was going to be you'd start using that artifact to put everyone to sleep.
Strong.
But then no one would ever wake up.
Well, no, we'd have to do it in shifts.
Yes, you get the earmuffs.
Well, it's like everyone within like 30 feet, I think. So you trigger it and then...
All right, there you go. All right, what's one more thing that happens on your long trip, Faroon?
I think, I mean, I know this is a desert, but 22 days is a long time to travel without seeing any other life forms.
Yeah.
So I think one day we will encounter some sort of viney plant that is like wrapping itself around our ankles and trapping us in the middle of the desert.
Oh, no. All right. How are you going to save everyone, Karis?
All right. I think what we are going to do is we are going to... We're going to go up one of those dunes, and we're going to take one of those sleds. And we're just going to move it as fast as possible and just bowl over the obstacle.
Nice.
Just run over the vines.
Just run over the vines.
All right. Perfect. So you just mow them down.
We get Agarath's sword and my knives and the spears and just...
Right, it's like a lawnmower. Kitty!
Yeah.
All right. So you guys have been traveling for a long time, and one day you wake up to this strange noise. There is a mechanical clicking followed by a whooshing noise like air being suctioned through a large hose. It's loud and startling and near, but you don't see anything.
Ooh.
Can I tell what direction it's coming from by listening very carefully?
Yes.
Do you want me to make a roll for that to see how specific I get?
You can tell it's like generally coming from this area over here.
Okay. I go towards that area.
All right. So you're like walking and there's nothing in front of you, and then you take one more step and all of a sudden in front of you is this huge striking structure that appears out of nowhere.
I take a step back.
It disappears again.
Okay, I like wave my hands and I call everyone else. Well, not everyone else. I call our party over. I call Karis and Tanis and Shroud over. And I'm sure that they're all like, what are you talking about? What? Can you please calm down? And I'm like, just stand right here. And I like push them forward.
You see in front of you a structure that's about 1,000 feet wide. It's composed out of transparent synth steel webbed with a darker metallic superstructure. So it's like a large biome, like a terrarium almost. Within it is a lush splash of red plants, condensed water, and thin, misted clouds. And if you listen near the glass, you can hear the strange sounds inside, the clicking, high-pitched sing-song whirring, and mechanical sounds. There is an iris door on the east side of it.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That sums it up.
Yeah, that's something you don't really see every day.
Certainly not for the last 22.
Yep.
Do we want to tell everyone else about this, or do we want to try to go inside and check it out first?
I think we want to check this out first.
All right.
Yeah, let's at least give it a scout. Find out if there are moving figures in there, what we're up against.
Strange robots.
Yeah. We might need to steer the group around this if it's not good.
If we had to steer them around, better they not know it was ever here.
Exactly. Okay. So the door's on the east side, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go towards the door.
All right.
Try to
Who
pull
wants
it
to
open.
open it?
I'll try to open it.
All right. Tannis, give me a speed defense roll.
I'm trained in speed defense.
All right.
Oh, good.
All right. That is a 9.
All right. So the rest of you stand and watch as Tannis touches the door. There's a cycling sound, and the iris opens. There's an amazing array of synth robotic arms, and they grab Tannis, pull him in, and shoot out a bunch of red grass and brown dirt and some water. And now Tannis is inside, and you are all outside.
And a bunch of like dirt and plant and stuff.
Got flung back out.
Very weird.
Oh, that is weird. This is the weirdest doorbell I've ever seen.
Okay. So, I'm gonna use my telepathic ability.
Yeah.
Because it says I don't. People just have to be within short range. I don't actually have to see them. So,
Great.
Okay.
I'm at least gonna try for right now to make a connection with Sherrod to be like, am I safe on the other side or am I like injured?
So what you see, there's a matching iris door. Touching it does nothing. It's warm and wet and mist-filled in here. It smells a little strange, like a rich chemical odor that you don't usually find in a jungle environment, like maybe chlorine. The plants are bizarre and unfamiliar. They're mostly red or purple, and the sun seems to be blue because it's getting filtered through that glass dome. There's a lot of plants and insects, and like these little blue rat creatures running around, but you aren't in any immediate danger.
Okay. Yeah, I will describe all of that with my telepathic link. Yeah, and I guess I'll try to make some attempt to see if I can go out that iris. Or did you say it was just like locked down?
It's not opening up.
Okay.
So all the walls are transparent too, right? So we can still see you through the glass and you can see us.
Yes.
Okay, good. When you tell me that via telepathic link, I'm sort of relaying it to everybody. And I guess, I think I want to send a message to the others about what's happening, but I think if we could find a different way out, this would be a great place for resources. This might be where life lives. Have we been seeing any more of those robed figures?
Every once in a while you spot them on dunes a couple miles away, but they always disappear before you can get anywhere near them.
Okay. I'm just wondering if this is where they think we need to go as batch 54 or whatever. All right. I think
so.
Yeah.
this would probably be Megan's call. Since it's been 22 days, and after the first day, I had said my flex skill was survival.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the 22nd or 23rd day now.
Mm-hmm.
Could I switch my flex skill to maybe? I'm trying to think what to call it. I guess lockpicking would be the best, most appropriate.
Maybe some sort of mechanical thing.
Or yeah, mechanical.
Mechanics. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try to make a mechanical roll on this door to see if maybe I can find a weak spot to maybe I might not have something on my end that might break it, but I might could tell them like, hey, if you brought this and hit it here, it might could bust this out. And I'm pretty sure a 4 is not going to do jack. So
No.
I'll go ahead and use the XP I have to reroll that. 10?
Yeah, it's not responding to anything you're doing. There seems to be some sort of like equilibrium thing that the door's dependent on, but you're not really sure what it is.
Okay. And I'll communicate to Sherrod that I've tried to bust open the door on my end and I can't seem to crack it other than it's some weird equilibrium thing it's got to maintain.
A worthy effort, and interesting about the equilibrium. What do we all think about sending 2 of us possibly to go run and send a message and then explore it on our own to the others?
That's probably a good idea. If the rest of the group comes looking for us,
Yeah.
they could get into even more trouble.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was not so good with that wine merchant.
I could go. I'll be back.
I'm gonna just say that was a bit of an understatement, but
Yeah, I mean, I gave it an effort.
yeah, I mean it's really his fault.
Look, a strength is recognizing your weakness.
Yeah, but I mean
Very
that guy's just a
true.
jerk.
He has been very annoying this whole time.
22 days.
Yeah. While I'm in this biodome thing, I'm just gonna like explore around kind of the entrance, but I'm not gonna go too far away from the synth glass where I can't see the party.
Mhm.
So
Right near the door, under some growing vines, you do find 2 skeletons that seem to be picked clean of any meat. One of them has
Great.
in their pocket a note that looks like it has truth written in it, the language truth, but the writing doesn't make any sense. Like maybe it's a really old dialect.
I'm going to pick up the note and I'm gonna hold it up against the synth glass so maybe that they can read through it.
Nice.
The ones that stay like, and I guess if Sherrod went to go to the party, I can make a link with Karis or Faroon, whoever stayed, be like, this looks like truth, but I don't recognize the dialect. Any of y'all know what this says?
Languages. I was absent that day in school.
Yeah, neither of you guys recognize it.
Mm.
You don't have your flex skill?
Landon used his.
Oh,
Yeah, I updated mine to mechanical.
but Shauna.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of cheating to say that I had it set as navigation. And then be like, oh, it's languages now.
Oh, it has
Yeah.
been 22 days.
No, I'm not gonna have you change your flex skill. No matter what, you're not gonna be able to read this.
Okay.
It looks like it's some sort of weird ye olde truth.
Ye olde
Upside
truth.
down? Is it backwards?
Well, I'll using my telepathic link, which at this point probably has been enough time I could have done a link with both of them. that way it's easier than having someone be a middleman.
Mhm.
That I'm probably going to be on my guard at least, because it's hard to tell if, these skeletons are kind of old, but there's no meat. They were picked pretty clean, so
Yeah,
there could be
you're a
something
little
in.
suspicious that the little rat things did that.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you've been drinking stale water for a while, and there's definitely fresh running streams in here, and a ton of plants and things you could try eating.
True.
At some
But
point, do I come back?
But I'm strong-willed, so I don't want to run off too far.
All right. Yeah. Sharad, you make it to the group. Are you just telling them that you guys are investigating something and stay put?
Yeah.
All right. And so yeah, you make it back. They're listening to you. You guys do seem to be like the people who knows what's going on, and they don't really feel like putting themselves in danger right now.
That's
So
very fair. All right. I'm of the opinion that we should dive right in after our friend here, after Tanis.
Let's do it.
All right. I'll go second.
all right. So the same thing happens. You touch the door. The arms come out and grab you
Ooh,
and pull you in as a bunch of other stuff gets thrown back out.
wild.
I will step up to the door and touch it.
All right. Same thing.
I'm in.
All right. So yeah, it's the same sort of thing. It's warm and wet and mist-filled in here. There's fresh running water. There's blue rat creatures. There's transparent red insects, mushrooms, vines, reeds, grass, some trees. All of it looks very healthy and verdant. Maybe verdant isn't the right word because it's green, but very alive.
I want to look at the water in one of the streams. Does it look clean? Does it look clear?
Yeah, it looks clear.
I smell it.
It smells like nothing.
As most water does. Okay.
Could I scan it?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll try to scan a little bit of the like water and maybe catch in that cube, like the ground too, and like a vine, right? We'll just like scan an area, and I'm looking for, whatever I can glean from these resources and whether they're tainted with anything bad for me.
All right. You're in your little cube. You get some water. The water is fresh and clean and non-toxic or poisonous. Should be very good to drink.
Good.
The mushrooms is sort of you don't want to eat too many of them at once or you might die. But if you eat one of them, it will actually make you feel really good.
Oh boy.
The vines are very flammable. They're poisonous, but they have a transparent crystal at the top of them that's pure sugar.
Ooh, awesome.
Oh, wow.
And that's the plants you manage to get in your little snap.
Perfect. I say, like, I'll fill up my water bottle at least with this stream water.
Yeah, once I hear that it's clean, or once I see Sharad filling her water bottle up, I will know that it's good.
Sounds good.
I'll do the same.
My friends, it seems those metal people wanted us to come here. I'm a little nervous about walking into their trap, but I think we had no choice. Is our goal to find those creatures, or I suppose one of my important goals is to find an exit and in the process learn what we can about this place?
So this, I think I didn't make it very clear. This isn't the source of the green light. There's still the light on the horizon. This is just the first thing you really encounter on your trip.
Does it seem like we've been getting any closer to the light, or no?
Yeah, so you would think maybe you're a couple days away now.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree that finding out a little bit more information about this place is probably a good idea. I'm with you in that I am skeptical. I don't want to just be walking right into their open arms.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I want to know what they're doing.
Yeah. If this isn't the glow place, then it's possible we won't find those metal creatures here. So I say, yeah, let's take a scout through this place. Let's try to find an exit, but maybe not linger too long. If we don't, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time trying to figure out if we can find information about those specific people. They might be
Right.
here, they might not.
Either way, if we find an exit too, it'd be a decent place to at least restock our water supply
Very
real
much.
quickly.
True. I do have kind of like a laser cutter that I can use to cut through almost any surface or object. So if we get
Wow.
close to a wall and we can't find any other exit, I probably could just cut a hole.
Nice.
That might make some people mad, but oh well. They should have put a clearly marked exit sign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm cool with making them a little mad. This is this can't be up to code. Any code.
Did you say there's machinery sounds in here too?
Yes.
Is it coming from a specific location or is it generally all around?
It's generally all around you.
Okay. I'm keeping an eye out for more obvious machinery.
All right. Are you going to look around first?
Mm-hmm.
All right. In the center of the biome is a small hill, and on the hill is a tree. It's a tall, spiky red, orange, and blue tree, and it has these high red reeds surrounding it. And as you're like looking around and walking around, you can see 4 figures sitting inside the tree, like underneath it, in meditative poses.
They're not skeletal figures in meditative poses, are they?
No.
Okay.
Are they wearing robes?
No.
What do they look like?
You can get closer.
Sure.
Because right now they're sort of in the shadow of the tree. As you get closer, you see that they're humanoid. They're probably not human, though. They have, like, light blue skin, and their skin is speckled with what might be scales. As you get closer, they wave at you, but then sort of turn away and look. They look like they're looking at something underneath the tree.
Ooh.
Can I get closer and see if I can see what they're looking at?
Yes.
I'll cover you.
Yeah.
Okay. I try to do so stealthily.
All right. I'm going to offer you a GM intrusion.
Yay.
I will take it.
All right. So you are sneaking over there, and they don't seem to be noticing you, but the rest of you watch as she moves closer, and a hard, transparent tentacle comes out of the grass with a hard, sharp crystal spine, and it wraps around your ankle, and it's going to try to pierce your spine as it crawls up your leg.
Okay, I reach for a medallion that I have around my neck, and I guess I like activate its power. I like press on a gemstone or something, and I become insubstantial.
Ooh,
Awesome.
Very nice.
Wow.
Nice.
So you do get the 1 XP, and you get 1 to give to someone else.
Okay, I will give my XP to Karis because Karis was going to cover me.
He didn't do a very good job.
Well, I didn't give him a chance.
Thought that counts.
I'm a strong, independent woman.
All right, so the like tentacle thing like tightens around nothing, and then it like grasps out trying to reach you, even though you're insubstantial now. And you see the 4 figures inside and under the tree. They all have these tentacles in them, like into their brains.
Jeez.
Uh-oh. Well, I guess I'm going to try to get a little bit closer to them. I have 1 minute on this medallion.
May as
I
well.
want to just might as well go up nice and close and take a look.
All right. Yeah, it definitely looks like they're being puppeted by the tree, like as a lure.
Oh, like the tentacles are coming out of the tree
Yeah.
and like pulling energy out of these beings.
Well, they look like they were once people.
This is creepy.
They're the little anglerfish lure for
Yeah.
us.
Okay, well, I will. Do I see anything else on the tree? Like, does the tree have any kind of fruit or?
No.
Okay, then I will go far away, back to the group, before I become substantial again, and tell them what I saw.
Yikes.
Yeah.
All
So,
right.
I'm wondering if we could get those guys off of the tree if they would know more about this place, or if we
Well-
want to look for information elsewhere.
Hang on 1 second. I will move to long range and fire at the tree.
Just shoot.
Yep.
All right.
For
Respect that.
science.
Yeah.
I think my character's like, no, but Darcy's like, yes, burn it. That's a
Yeah.
bad tree.
Yeah.
Probably should light it all on fire.
All right.
Not all of it. Oh wait, all those vines are super flammable. Be very careful about your burn.
I rolled a
This whole place could
6.
go up.
So, guessing that's not enough. I will fire again.
Okay.
This crossbow really is not my friend.
Remember how happy you were when you dropped it?
I really was happy. A 9. I'm getting better.
So you're just like running around it and picking up the bolts that you missed with and then shooting them again.
Oh yeah, waste not.
All right, so Karis is putting on a show for everyone.
3.
Oh my god.
All right, this is the last one, and it's a 2.
Wow.
All right.
This tree is wily.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Is that
get
the
fed
tree?
up, and I pull out my knife,
Oh god.
and I fling my
Oh, no.
knife at it.
Okay.
No. Do you have a backup?
Yes.
Oh.
10.
That misses.
Crap.
Wow.
I pull out my crossbow. I'm in this game now. And I fire my crossbow at it.
All right.
I rolled a 15.
All right, that will hit. That's how it's done, Karis.
It's probably better I didn't fire to cover your retreat.
I look at Karis and I say, I got your back.
Oh. It's that strange chlorine smell. It's really messing
Yeah.
with your accuracy.
Yeah.
My eyes are watering.
Oh, that's awful. Did anything happen to the tree?
It's like bleeding this greenish sap, but that's about it.
All right,
What
I
about
shoot at it
the
again.
4 creatures that are attached to it?
They're like trying to run towards you, but they're sort of held up short by the tentacle puppet strings.
There we go,
Right.
18.
All right, that will hit.
Nice.
And do 2 extra points of damage.
Good job, Karis.
Take that, you immobile tree! I shout at.
I'm a tiny bit worried this place
Yeah.
is integrally tied to the tree. But maybe it isn't. And so in our looking around, we haven't found another exit, right?
No, there's just the big Irish door.
What are the blue rodents and any of the other critters in here doing now that this tree's being attacked? Are they still acting kind of like they were, or now is it like all of a sudden every creature in here is becoming hostile towards us?
It's just like in any other rainforest or something like that. They're avoiding the threat, but they're not. They don't seem concerned about it.
That's promising.
Anyone else want to take pot shots at this tree?
I want to see if I can onslaught it, and I'm going for like intellect.
Okay.
So that is a 9.
All right, that will not hit it. It seems resistant.
Mm-hmm.
Feels very confident in its ability to puppet people.
Yeah, fair.
Man, I do know that this tree gives me the creeps.
Fair.
Cool. I think I'll leave the killing it up to you folks, but I'm sort of readying myself to take action for whatever happens when this thing dies.
All right.
Right, well,
So
I can keep
we
shooting at
this is an illustration of the sunk cost fallacy. I have a whole bunch of quarrels like lying around the base of the tree,
Mhm.
and I need those back.
There's no, what is it, Boyer? Who are the people who make arrows?
Fletcher.
Fletcher.
I think it's
There we
Fletcher.
go.
13.
13. We'll miss.
Damn it.
I'm gonna try another onslaught, but for physical. 17. Do it a
That
little
will
extra
hit.
damage.
I
That's
rolled a 2.
That will not hit. Fortunately for you, it cannot do anything to you at this range.
Yeah,
Okay, we're kind of just like
Can we
take a turn.
vignette? Like it takes a while, but we
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah. 16.
We're just gonna say that it takes a while, but eventually it like sags and the little puppet people collapse to the ground.
I was gonna say
yeah.
because I don't have any like ranged thing. I was probably gonna try to see if I could carefully tear some of the flammable vines and put them in like a little cloth sack, bundle them up, chunk them
Molotov
towards
vines?
the tree. Yeah, chuck them towards the tree where they could explode on fire.
All right. Yeah, you can do that.
All right.
And when you do, the tree goes up in flames. It's very flammable. And you see the iris door open and start throwing things back out.
Oh, let's go.
There we go. Found an exit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should run out. And we should everybody fill up your water skins. I think we should get to our group as fast as we can and get them taking advantage of these resources as they're being thrown out.
At least get our water filled up. We can't do anything else.
Are Karis's corals being thrown out the iris door?
They caught on fire.
Oh.
Oh no! We'll have to make.
Sorry, Karis.
No problem.
He's crying.
No.
I still have the spear.
And
You
a
don't
knife.
have to worry about your number of bolts. All right. So you're gonna bring everyone else back here?
Yeah, to take advantage of these resources, and
All right.
I'll
so
do some more scanning to see what's edible if I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the mushrooms are if you only eat one a day. The rats are. The grass is not flammable. The reeds are very flammable. But the reeds or the grass. Wait, sorry. The reeds are nutritious if they're cooked.
Okay.
So you guys can get some new food and water here.
Good.
And set some more stuff on fire to leave.
I think maybe we all could use an accuracy training workshop.
Yeah.
Put that on the schedule.
Yep.
Well, now that we're not down to like a thimble full of water per day per person,
Right.
we can afford some marksmanship training.
There we go.
Yeah.
So when you get back on the road after here, you can see that the light seems to be emanating from this green spire.
Ooh.
There's like a dome of light at its base. It seems to be 2 or 3 days walk away.
I point to it and go, guys, I've got a good feeling about this.
I think I'm going to say we should take a quick break there in case anyone needs.
Yeah.
A
Bio
break.
break.
All right.
Yeah.
That works.
Okay, we'll be back in like 5 minutes, viewing audience.
Thank you, audience.
Stand
Thank
by.
you.
All right.
Muting.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. We are all back, so our switch is back to live. Darcy made the overlay for us. Yeah, I was trying to put something together today because I knew I wanted to take a break so I could have split this into 2 episodes easily. All right. Going back live. Hey everyone. We're back now. And I guess I had our mics hot. I'm not good at Streamlabs, everyone. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But welcome back to the Amber Clave and Spire of the Hunting Sound. You guys have just resupplied in the biome. So you have about 3 weeks worth of food and water for everyone, which is good, even though you're only like a day or 2 away from the green spire in the distance. So are you going to keep heading that way?
Yeah,
I guess
Yeah,
you
I
could
think
just
so.
quit now. Oops, it looks like our one
we're like,
second.
you know what? The wine merchant was right. We should have gone east.
Darcy and Shauna switched places.
Whoops.
We switched bodies.
It was a cipher.
Yes. This is for life, though. We can't switch back. You've used the cipher.
You can have my job tomorrow. It's fine.
All right, I am capable of this.
You
Oh,
got
All
look,
right,
there
we're
we
all
go.
back where we go.
Oh.
Yay.
All
Here
right.
we are.
So you guys head towards the light again. As you move east, the strange bloom of light grows in intensity in the sky. At night is a huge mushroom shape of glowing blues, reds, and greens dancing across the sky. During the day, it appears as a circular splash of red light on the horizon. You find the first body facing east in a kneeling position. And then as you keep moving forward, you find more and more bodies, all of them facing east, all of them kneeling in a similar position with their heads tilted back. They're almost like curved around in a semicircle so that they're all facing in, like maybe they're in stadium seating or something like that. Some of the corpses have long, dried, desiccated skin on them. Others are bare skeletons and sun-blasted fragments of clothing. And they seem to be getting more and more dense the more you travel in this direction.
Is there anything uniting about these people, I guess?
No, other than the position that they're kneeling in, that's all you really see.
Okay.
You do see, actually, the most similar thing you can notice is a lot of them have clothing that's been popular in Kai over the past couple hundred years. So maybe a lot of them are from Kai, but that's about the only similarity you're noting.
I know I've said this before, but this is ominous, guys.
It bears repeating.
This isn't right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're interspersed. It's not like the ones that are farther in were here longer or anything like that.
No, they're fairly well interspersed.
Is there any other kind of track or are there any kind of footprints of these people moving to their position or people moving through them?
No, not really. You think a lot of that's due to the sand that's being blown around. So it, like any tracks or trails, have been erased by the wind.
That's fair. Sand. It had to be sand.
Goodness.
I think I'm going to carefully look at the backs towards the necks of a few of these, just to make sure there's not a crystalline tentacle that's embedded into the back side of them.
Yeah, you're not seeing any crystalline tentacles. They're not like light blue people with scaly skin. So they seem normal except for being dead and very decayed. Well, maybe desiccated is a better word.
Okay.
As you keep moving through them, you suddenly hear this rising 3-note tone, like doo-doo-doo, that seems to occur directly behind you.
Oh, Megan's blood sugar is going up.
It wasn't not my insulin pump. That's a 4-tone.
Wow.
This was a 3-tone.
Just got real.
Yeah, when my blood sugar is going up, it makes a raising sound. When it's going down, it makes a down sound.
Oh.
High tech.
Yeah, I can tell how bad I'm being just by sound.
Oh, no. I guess I'll turn around and try to figure out where this tone is coming from.
You can't tell where it's coming from. Like, it was so sudden and perfect and near that you think maybe it was even imaginary, but you all heard it.
Did we all hear from the same?
Looking around.
Mm.
Yes.
All right. Just to be corny, Tanis is gonna bust out his little flute thing he made
Nice.
and make the same tone. Try to mimic exactly what the tone was, just to see what happens.
All right.
When he does that, I dive for the ground.
Oh.
Nothing happens immediately. But like while you're like all tense and waiting for something to happen, nothing happens. And as you start relaxing, one of the corpses moves and like coughs. Like they just shift slightly, and you realize that it's not a corpse. It's someone who's been here for a while, kneeling in supplication, and unable to move. But they're like really close to death.
Oh boy.
Oh. Wow.
I'm gonna. This might be dumb, but what I would do, I'm gonna try to pour some water down his throat.
Yeah, totally. Good idea.
All right. He'll drink the water, like a sort of subconscious action.
Do you think you might be able to reach out to them via your telepathy?
I will try to do that.
Might be dangerous, but
yeah, I'm gonna try to reach out to them with my telepathy. Just kind of like, trying to think of what to say. Like, hey there, it's okay. Like, drink. How long have you been here? That kind of thing.
He sort of babbles at you, but it doesn't make any noise. Or not. It doesn't make any noise. It doesn't make any sense.
uh-huh.
Okay. Since the connection's made, I may just be quiet and try to just listen to what his thoughts would be if he wasn't asking questions. Maybe he's thinking something like over and over or something like that, and just see if I hear anything in his head.
The only like clear thing you get in his head is something about moons and suns, but that's it.
This guy, no telling how long he's been here. Whenever I ask him questions, he just kind of babbles and thought, kind of incoherently. But if I just listen, he just kind of chants about moons and stars. It seems it doesn't make a lot of sense.
I wonder if this is related to that note we found that we couldn't place the language. Well, we couldn't translate.
Maybe.
Can we? So he was able to drink. Is there any other way we can sort of stabilize him? I mean, can I like touch his arm and try to move it? Is he just unable to move of his own free will, or is he completely paralyzed and like rictus, style.
He is flexible. You're able to move him. But it seems like he's maybe just in like a reverie or a trance, maybe.
Okay, so trying to think of. So I've got to be focused, I would think, to kind of be in his thoughts. So I'm not sure if I could kind of be in his thoughts, but still have enough cognizance to play that tone again on the flute to see if his thoughts change. So I want to try to do that.
All right. Give me a roll just to like keep focus on all these different things you're doing at once.
Okay. I am trained in focus and concentration.
Nice.
So 16.
Strong.
All right. So yeah, you're able to stay in his mind, and his like thoughts become a little clearer for a second, but it's still like not enough to really get anything. Maybe you get some images of like some sort of fort, but it's just not clear.
It's a little better, but he gets an image of a fort with the tone, and his thoughts become a bit more clear, but doesn't seem to help too much. And without either knowing the rest of whatever music might come later, I don't know what else to do.
I think we should maybe stabilize him as best we can and continue heading in. That might involve like maybe we could grind some of our plants up into a bit of a slush that he could swallow and have nutrients to work with.
Are there other? Is he the only one that seems to be alive?
If you check some of the other people near here, a couple of them do seem to be alive.
Oh God.
No. See, I don't know. Like, I also want to help these people, but at the same time, I don't know if we can play. I don't know if we can nurse all of these folks back to a stable health before moving on.
We may kill more by doing so.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the thing to do is figure out what's going on up there.
Yeah.
Whatever this is seems to be related to what's going on at the center. Why don't we try to fix the larger problem, and then maybe some of these people can help themselves.
Treat the cause, not the symptoms.
Cara,
I pat him on the shoulder. All right, buddy.
Karis, teach us how to move like you, and let's get this done.
Well, you run like this really fast, and I trip over.
It's that crossbow got in your way.
Yeah.
Just get rid of that.
You know what? I just like fling it off in a random direction, away from bodies.
All right, it goes skittering through the dust. All right, so you head towards the center, and there's this huge mushroom cloud of roiling light that's rising up from the desert.
Speaking of mushrooms, I want to eat one of the mushrooms.
All right. You're healed to full.
Nice.
Now we know what they do.
Right.
It actually gets rid of moving down the ability track to the starvation and dehydration.
Nice.
But you guys scavenged a lot, so you didn't have to worry about that as much.
I can't eat anymore today, so if I get injured, you guys have to take care of me after you eat the mushrooms.
We've got your back.
Oh, well, you've said that before, but hopefully for real this time.
Hey, it's got to be true. Like a broken clock is right twice a day.
It's right twice a day.
Yeah.
And the light is super bright. The shadows it casts are absolute black, and there's like these huge long shadows behind all of the figures that are kneeling. there's a deep thrumming that shakes everything within a radius around the light. That's strong and subtle, so it can be easily overlooked. And they all seem to be kneeling around it in every direction. It's not generating any heat, though.
Sorry, what is it specifically? It's not it's the spire or
The big mushroom cloud of light.
Okay. Which is sitting at the base of the spire?
You're still not quite to the spire.
Okay. Okay.
It's unreachable goal still.
Got it.
But it is the big light that you've been seeing on the horizon.
Damn
Okay.
you, Detweiler. I get fed up and go back, find the crossbow, and fire a bolt at this
At the light.
at the light.
You attack the light.
Yeah, it's novel. It's different.
Better than attacking the darkness.
Yes. And see what I'm shooting at.
Give me a level 5 intellect task.
Ah.
Oh.
Ouch.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
All right. So the light is just super bright. You shoot into the light. Nothing happens.
Ow. I'm gonna try that again.
Okay.
I'm going to give you good advice. I'm like, if you squint your eyes, you might be able to see a little bit better what you're looking for. Or...
Yeah, you got to look off to the side, right?
That's right.
I'm gonna look. Or I'm gonna spend a level of effort to hit, or to achieve this task. All right. I'm not gonna use this die anymore.
Oh, God.
Another 8.
That one was a 5.
Mm.
Yeah, we're not using that one again.
How far off is? I mean, it's hard to say. Can I scan as deeply into the light as I can get?
Yes.
So it's just going to take kind of a random 10-foot sample, but.
All right.
Huh. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Should I make a roll?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead and make a roll.
I'm going to spend a level of effort to sort of try to divine, really focusing on whatever I'm gleaning from this.
Okay.
And I rolled a 5. We are linked. We are tidally linked, my friend.
There seems to be something in the light, but you don't know what it is.
Something's in there.
All right, I'm gonna take a deep breath and just run for it.
All right.
Nice.
Oh.
Is anyone going to
I was gonna do
follow
something
him?
probably more stupid, but
Mm.
whenever
Bring it, Landon.
Nice.
whenever Sherrod and Cara said there's something in the light, I'm gonna try to make a telepathic link with the light. Like if there's something intelligent in there, and see what happens. I don't know if I need to make a roll for that or not.
No, I'm just going to offer you a GM intrusion.
Why not?
You try to connect to the light, and it's like downloading a bunch of gobbledygook into your brain. Like nothing makes sense. It's almost like your brain's being filled with the sound when you were used to try to connect to the internet in like the 90s.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Okay.
it's like a modem.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you take 4 points of intellect damage.
Ooh.
I'm trained in resisting mental effects. Does that
I'll let that count as 2 intellect armor then.
Nice.
Okay. So how much was that again?
Take 2 total damage then.
Okay.
And you get an XP. Who do you want to give the other one to?
Let's see. I think I'll go ahead and give it to our leader, Darcy.
Thank you. I will try to make good use of it. I do tend to roll pretty low, so.
All right.
Hmm.
Is anyone following Karis into the light?
Not as quickly.
Power walking again.
Open those arms.
Yeah, I'll follow you, Faroon.
Are you coming to Tanis?
Yeah. I think Tanis, after that, he probably would have kind of like looked down, breathed heavily a few times, be like, shake his head and be like, that was a bad idea. Not doing that again. and then like walk forward with the rest of them.
All right. Stepping into the light is disorienting and causes a momentary flash where nothing can be seen. On the other side, you find yourselves to be a little different. You all look identical. Each of you is an asexual humanoid with a slight build, clad in a tight black cloth with a symbol on your chest. So, Tanis and Sharad have suns on their chest. They are red suns. Karis and Faroon have yellow moons on their chest.
Oh no.
The clothing cannot be removed. You feel strangely disconnected from your body. But you don't feel hungry or thirsty or in pain at all. You're standing on a green field in front of a large tan keep flying two flags. One of them is a red sun on a black field, and the other is a yellow moon on a blue field. And you don't have any of your equipment, artifacts, or ciphers.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Okay, so now we fight, right?
Is it just us?
No, there are other people in the keep. They are all wearing similar clothing. They're moving in and out of the keep. Most of them are gathered in groups that are eyeing you suspiciously. You notice that they seem to be formed about what symbol they're wearing. So the suns are hanging out with the suns, the moons are hanging out with the moons. You do notice that most of the people here have either a silver sun or a silver moon. Not very many people have a red sun or a yellow moon.
Can
There
we
is
talk to each other?
what was that?
Can we talk to each other?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're still, but we're not in our bodies anymore.
No, you're these weird. Everyone is identical, so you can't really tell who is who. You can mostly just tell who you are. But if you identify yourselves while talking, you could probably keep track of who's who.
I'm
So-
Sharad.
Yeah, I'm Faroon.
I'm Tanis.
This is Karis.
Mhm.
And I think maybe we should like fashion some sort of marker so that we can identify each other from a distance.
Is there anything available? So we're in this field, this green field, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could crush up some of that plant and see if it leaves pigment, and we can kind of
Yep.
have different identifying
Yeah.
smudges.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't leave any smudges on you.
Oh, this fabric would be delightful at any other time.
Yeah. Can I bleed?
No. You hit it, like, if you try to cut yourself, it just doesn't work.
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
Can I try to talk to someone else who's already here?
Yes. The suns don't seem to want to talk to you, though.
Oh, I look for someone with a silver moon, or a yellow moon if there's someone nearby.
There is. They'll say, "Welcome to the keep."
Thank you. I'm not quite sure how we got here. I'm Faroon, by the way. What's your name?
Ava.
Hi, Ava. How long have you been here?
It's hard to tell. A while?
Okay. What do we do here?
Well, we're all trying to figure out how to get through that door there. We feel like if we could just get that door open, we'd be able to get out of here, but there's no way to get it open.
Oh, everyone seems pretty chill about it.
Well, we've tried everything, so
Huh. If only
What's
I
the
had my
door look
ciphers.
How well do people get along?
moons stay with moons and suns stay with suns.
That's strange. Does anyone know how people were sorted that way? Was a hat involved?
Not that I know of. That'd be really weird.
Where's the door that y'all are trying to get through?
She ignores you. She doesn't want to talk to his son.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Ava, listen. Who told you that suns were bad?
We just know they are.
No, they're not. Listen, you've been doing things the same way, and has it gotten you anywhere? No, it's time to change things up.
Well, maybe, but I'll let you change things up.
Oh my gosh, can you please answer the question then? Where's the store?
It's inside the keep.
Okay. Do you get hungry around here?
No, never
Or just
been
in a
hungry.
constant state of complacency?
We have tried to get out.
What happens?
Well, nothing happens. We try to open the door. Some people have tried walking into the green fields, and they just come back after a long time and say there's nothing out there. The only time I've seen someone really disappear is if they jump off the top of the building into the moat. Then they're gone. But I'm pretty sure it's not like a good thing.
Okay.
Sometimes there's the walkers come, and they eat us. That's what's really bad.
Oh, yeah.
The
It does
what?
sound bad.
The walkers.
Yeah.
What are those?
They're like 30 feet tall. They're tall and black and silhouettes. They march in. They make these weird clicking sounds, and they start trying to eat people.
We've heard some weird clicking sounds.
I think that sounds like our disco ball buddies.
Yes, stay away from the clicking.
How often does that happen?
Well, as best I can figure, once a day. Like I said, it's hard to tell time here.
Are you a batch? Do you have a batch number?
No.
Okay. I guess we should go check out this door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to find the door.
Oh, there's just one thing. Since we're being friends and trying something different, if you hum and as high a register as possible when a walker's nearby, it seems to get like uncomfortable and goes and bothers someone else.
Wow.
And by bothering, you mean it goes to eat someone else?
Yeah, well, that's one way of looking at it.
Such a nuisance.
Pesky.
Oh, bother.
Yeah.
You know, Ava, maybe I misjudged you. I really appreciate that. Can I, do I think she's being honest with me about that, or is she trying to tell me that so that I will attract the walkers?
Ooh,
Give me a perception sort of check.
Okay.
that is fascinating.
Oh crap! I rolled a 2.
You're
I
not
have
sure.
listening.
Are you gonna send XP?
I don't have any more.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Then you're just not sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Oops.
All right, guys. I'm still really not sure about this place, but maybe hum. I wish that wine merchant were here with us. I'd tell him to hum. To the door?
Yeah.
To the door, I think.
All right. So inside the keep, there's like a tall tower in the center. The tower is surrounded by a small but deep moat, like 30 or 40 feet down. Around there are perfectly formed rounded rocks, each weighing approximately 50 pounds, and they're stacked in pyramids at even intervals around the moat. And then you can go across like a little bridge to the tower, and inside the tower is a single golden door with the number 100 etched on it.
Wild.
Hmm.
How are people behaving inside here?
There's like some people having a small argument about maybe if they stacked like 100 blades of grass evenly on top of each other, that would finally be what pushed it over the line. Someone else insists that you need 100 suns or moons to open the door, and that we needed to get they're wearing a sun, and that we need to make sure we have 100 suns before the moons make it through the door. But,
Oh, wow.
There's like 120 people here, and there's not near that number of symbols.
Right. Oh, I'd like to go down closer to get close enough to where I might be able to scan the door, but that might require me to get across that bridge. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna ease my way up, but I think I'm really curious what's up at that door. We might be able to provide fresh insight. You got my back?
Yeah.
Always.
All right. Give me a roll to scan the door.
Thing. I will spend effort. It's only an 8. I am specialized in Numenera, so looking for it looks like we might be dealing with some sort of Numenera oddity.
So you feel that the person who thinks you need 100 suns or 100 moons seems like the more right person in the argument, but you're still not sure how you're supposed to get that.
All right, then I talk to you folks and I say, there's something to this theory about the way that we have these symbols on us related to that door. Is there anything written on the door when I scanned it?
Just the 100.
Just the 100, okay.
There's 120 some odd people here.
Mm-hmm. There is 60 moons and like 63 suns, not including you guys.
And only a couple of the colorful suns and moons?
Yeah.
Wow.
But there's more of the silver colored suns and moons, right?
Yeah, it's mostly the silver ones.
I guess I'm interested in this batch number thing. That's the other thing that those cloaked figures suggested to us. While the one that Faroon talked to didn't understand anything about batch number, maybe someone else does. So I'm going to try to strike up some conversation with some fellow sons.
All right. There's Tav. He doesn't know anything about batch numbers. That sounds really weird. He can tell you that he was traveling from Kai to Ushvan, and some mere-faced raiders kidnapped him, and he woke up in the Green Desert. But he doesn't know anything about batch numbers.
So that's for the suns. I guess I will try to round up a couple more moons and also ask about batch numbers just to see.
The other thing Tav will tell you, Sharad, is that he's pretty sure there's symbols down in the moat, like the suns and moons. It's just it's like 40 feet down there.
That makes sense. Thank you, Tav. Much appreciated. I assume no one's made any progress on what they might mean.
No.
All right, folks. We have a puzzle on our hands.
Yes, we do.
Rune talking to Yame. She has a yellow moon. She'll tell you she doesn't know anything about batch numbers 2. She was traveling from Kai to Harmouth, and she was also, like, her caravan was waylaid by the mirror-faced robot men, and she woke up in the desert. It sounds like she woke up a little closer to the biome than you did. She's noticed that besides all of you, who all look the same, there's only one other thing besides the walkers here, and there's a single black bird that once a day caws and then flies to the roof of the tower. But she hasn't tried catching it yet.
Okay.
So I want to make sure I have the symbols right. We have silver sun, silver moon, and then I thought there's gold moons that we've seen and red suns.
Yeah, red suns, yellow moons.
Okay, yellow. See, this is what's difficult for me because the character I have, it says there's an inability on puzzles and lore. So it's like I can think of things, but then I struggle with like, well,
It'll just
might
take your
know
turn.
that, but yeah.
Just take them a little longer is all.
Yeah.
I want to go try to hunt down that bird.
All
Nice.
right. So like half an hour later, you see the bird caw and fly to the roof. There's like a rickety old staircase that you can take to get up there.
Done.
Give me a roll to follow it on this rather risky route.
All right. I am spending a level of effort on this. And I rolled a 17.
Ah, very good. All right, so you're able to follow the bird to the roof, and you see the bird is at the top. It has collected small pyramidal piles of round stones and stacked them in identical piles to the large ones around the keep. And then in the center of the roof, there's like a tiny circular pool, and it starts dropping the stones in there one by one. And in the center of the pool is a wiggling grub that eventually floats to the top as more and more stones drop in, and then it eats the grub and flies away. The pool resets, it drains to the bottom, and you see the tiny pyramidal piles of rocks again.
Wait, the rocks just come back?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
What'd you find up there?
The bird was moving small rocks to lift the water, the level of the water in a pool. Like that. Like the moat, I think.
Do the stones have anything fancy on them?
Nope, they're just perfectly round.
I wonder. Can we just roll one over?
Mm-hmm. It splashes down into the moat below.
Huh. How long would it take to actually push the whole pyramid in?
Let's see. There are a total of 10,191 stones. You don't have to throw them all in, though. You could probably get some help from the other people, too.
All right. I think this is a... why don't you people who are more gifted in the social realm... I think there's one group of... Maybe we get one group of... we get suns to work on that pile and moons to work on that pile, and we get them to race each other to fill it up.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Pit them
Okay.
against each other.
Yeah, all right, Moons. We
Yeah.
have to prove that we're better than the suns here. They open the door. I start
Suns?
calling people
That
over.
works.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
you hit the hot button, and so they are all rushing to be the team that wins because obviously, one side is better than the other side, and this is the one way they have
Clearly.
to prove it.
Yeah.
Moons. Go Moons.
And
Shine
so,
bright, suns.
Yeah.
as you push the rocks into the moat, you see it's starting to rise up, and floating on the surface are hundreds of these silver moons and suns just floating. And they are getting closer and closer to you as you put more and more rocks in.
Like they're actual physical moons and suns?
Like the little symbol you have stitched on your chest on the clothing. It's like when the people jumped into the moat, all of them dissolved except for that.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
I think we need to fish out like 100 suns and 100 moons, and then maybe we can push them towards the door. And then
Brilliant.
maybe that's it. Since there's not 100 total people of each one here, but maybe it can't tell.
Yeah.
So the people that you've gotten to help you are starting to panic because they're convinced that only one side or the other is going to get out of here.
Uh-oh.
And so they're trying to be the first one to gather like 100 of one or the other and rush into the door.
Does it work?
I want to try to yell out in persuasion that it's not gonna. The door won't open with just 100 of one or 100 of the other. It has to be 100 of each at the same time.
All right. Why don't you give me a persuasion roll?
Okay. That is a 16.
Nice.
All right. So they look like they're less about to like try to stop each other from entering the room with the door. Eventually, you between the two groups gather at least 100 of each symbol, and you take them into the door, and there's a flash of white light. It's filled. There's like a series of shapes, symbols, and colors. And the information that these seem to be trying to convey to you is so vast and overwhelming that for a moment you feel like you're going to be destroyed simply by experiencing it. Ooh. But a moment later, you're back in the real world. You are all kneeling in the same sort of semicircle as all the sand-eaten corpses around you. There's a few other people who survived, but you're all in the same position on your knees looking where the light used to be. And all your pools are fully restored. You have all your equipment, weapons, and artifacts again, and then this weird series of symbols in your mind.
Let's go to that tower.
And let's not forget these symbols.
No.
I'm sketching what I remember in my little notebook.
Good idea.
Yeah, I guess if people are getting back up, I would extend the offer to travel with us, or go back to the biome where there's maybe some leftover vines and things for them to eat.
No, we want to get back home, and I think going with you is the way to get home.
All right, come along.
All right. So
Sharad's got like a little desert following now.
Yeah, we're really we need to part some waters up in here. Have an epic desert journey.
Yeah.
40 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you head towards the Spire. It's like this large emerald a monolith that like takes up, like it's the only thing that really stands out in all of the landscape. So it's what you're watching.
Yeah.
And as you get closer, you see the road. You like go through some canyons, and you come out of the canyons, and you see dozens of these things that you recognize as the walkers that Ava told you about inside inside the keep. The people who had dealt with them being attacked in the keep before freeze and go completely quiet.
Should we try some high register flute?
Sure.
Ology?
Yeah, I can try to make like, an incredibly shrill note on this flute device to see if they might part or something.
Right.
I might watch them and be trying to give you good advice based on like I'm watching for their movements and their reaction.
Okay.
All right. What type of role should I do for this?
It'd be usually some sort of performance.
Okay.
Interspeed, maybe, depending on if it's.
All right. Because I don't really have a skill in like music or anything. I'll just roll. I rolled a 1.
All right.
Wow.
So you have the perfect note that you're going to play. The unfortunate part is, as you open your bag to take the flute out, the jar of water you have falls out, and it just is like in Lord of the Rings where the whole like skeleton falls down the well. It's just like this cascading noise as it like rolls loudly down the path, splashing water out everywhere, and all of these shadow walkers like turn their focus on you.
Oh no.
And somehow my oddity pops up with the most like absurd oops face projecting above me.
Whoa.
I start humming loudly, high pitch.
They like start high pitched clicking their way over for you. Do you want to give me some sort of intellect, like knowledge sort of roll? Anyone who wants to can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll try.
Might as well. Natural 20.
Beats my 19. Very nice.
We are all finally successful.
I got a 19.
All rolled
Wow. You're saving all your good rolls for this.
That does something to counteract that 1.
These things seem to be using echolocation to get around. They seem like they're completely blind. So the only way that they're knowing, the only way they know where you are is through the clicking and like feeling out with their claws that are like grasping and reaching as they crawl their way across the desert.
So Ava was lying to me.
Well, I mean, a high pitch can interfere with echolocation, so.
Oh, can it?
I think so.
Yeah, because the different sound waves hitting. It would be like Discord. Like how you can if you have 2 keys that aren't in a line, the waves kind of reverberate off each other.
Well, then
that's why it's unpleasant.
Very high pitched.
You have that oddity that makes noises, right? I'll hum. I'll sing as high as I can.
I have the talking oddity. I'll just throw that at them.
Nice. Distraction.
Yeah, I'll get out my musical instrument and try to make it play unpleasant high-pitched sounds.
Nice.
All right. So you are going to try to overwhelm their echolocation. Why don't you all just give me some sort of roll to see how this goes? Or anyone who's contributing, I guess.
Oh, the real highs and then the real lows. Here's a 1.
Oh my god. No. I have an XP. Would you like to re-roll that, or?
This would probably be a good time to do that.
Yes, take my XP.
Okay,
I'm spending an XP.
Okay, an 11.
A 16?
Okay.
10.
I got a 17 on
Nice.
flute blowing.
All right. So you guys start making this discordant, like, cacophony that is overwhelming their ability to, like, sense what's coming from where, and it overwhelms their ability to echolocate. So they're just scrabbling around, like, madly reaching out. And your whole now larger party is able to move past them, and then go, like, suddenly silent, as they now no longer know where you are.
Fabulous.
All right. So we make it past, making weird noises.
Hey, you do what you gotta do.
I like it.
As you continue east, you come across, like, you start finding the destroyed remains of those mirror-faced raiders that you were captured by.
Whoa.
Just bits and pieces of them, like, in a trail, until you get, like, near a smashed metal tuning fork. The area feels really weird around it, like there's something, like, slightly impeding the sound. But all the broken pieces of the raiders are outside of the area where you feel that weirdness.
So could you describe this structure to me a little more?
Yeah, so it's like a tall, the metal tuning fork, so it has the two tines and then the handle bit. It's about 3 meters tall. But the tines are both broken off.
Okay. Can I get a closer look at some of the remains of these mirror guys? Can I, like, see what about them? Yeah, I guess I'm just trying to take a closer look and find out what I can find out.
Is it possible maybe that do we see the broken tines near where this tuning fork structure is to maybe repair the tuning fork?
Yeah, they're sort of on the ground next to it.
Okay, great.
All right. Can I make a mechanical check?
Sure. So while you investigate that, Sharad, you can gather up the pieces of the raiders. And looking at the destroyed pieces, what you can tell just based on a glance is they seem to be really audio based, like they're affected by ambient noise and silence and stuff like that.
I got a 14 on that mechanical check.
All right. Yeah, so it's going to take some time to, like, weld the tuning fork back together, and it probably won't be as perfect as it used to be, but you can repair it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to repair the tuning fork because it might be useful to keep these suckers at bay or something like that.
Probably a good idea.
One of the raiders that you are examining, Sharad, it sort of lights up for a second, and it lets out this, like, burbling sound, but it's really weird. You can almost understand what it's saying, and it says, "You saw the symbols. You have to help us."
Oh. How? I try to ask.
You have to get to the Spire. You have to help the caretaker.
Do what?
Stop the walkers.
All the rest of you can probably hear it too, right?
Yes, and you all understand. You
Cool.
feel like you shouldn't understand it, and anyone who didn't go into the keep with you, they don't understand it. It just sounds like a blurbling, overlapping sound.
Mm.
But if you went in the keep, you can understand what he's saying.
You have the symbols, right?
We don't have the symbols.
No, Sherrod.
Yes.
I think this is your show.
Let's see. We'll go to the Spire. We'll talk to this caretaker. And then can we be returned home?
Yes, he can take you home. If you
Mm.
repair me, I can help.
Our friend here says they can help if we repair them.
Well,
Okay.
he takes his life into his hands asking for our help.
Mm.
Come on, show of confidence.
But yeah, I think
I'm for it.
Since I have the mechanical flex skill that I did, I can try to repair him, or it, I guess, is more appropriate. But I want to do it in such a way that should he turn, like there's an Achilles heel, basically. Like there's a pretty big structural integrity that quarrel or hit with my oak staff in just this one spot, it just breaks.
So, like, a weakness in the spine connecting his top half to his legs.
Yeah.
his version of Antenna Gate.
All right. And that's going to be a 12 on that.
All right. Yeah. So there's all the pieces there, and you helping build it seems to definitely help, but it definitely also seems like it's stitching itself together, and it happens quicker when you are talking. Like the ambient noise helps it repair itself.
Wow.
Huh. That's odd.
Landon, I gotta say, repairing was a good flex skill.
Yeah.
I can tell you more now that I have a full body again. The sonorium was built at the end of an age in an empty world near to Earth to store all the physicality and power of an entire plane of existence in sound form, where it might live on in the Spire. It was run by an intelligence called the Caretaker. Several eons earlier, back, a simulation error gave birth to Cancer, the hunting sound and its offspring, the Shadow Walkers. The sound began to eat its way through the tower. To prevent its consumption, the Caretaker ejected all of us and the Shadow Walkers outside and locked it down. He remains trapped inside the shutdown system with the hunting sound. We have been launching forays into adjacent worlds to bring humans through, to test them, to use their subconscious minds in the simulation to rewrite the source code of the Caretaker, to reboot the system of the sonorium and remove the threat. You have that source code in you now. You must get to the atrium and shut down the sound damper and reprogram the Caretaker.
Okay.
Sounds like just another Tuesday.
Not our usual fare, but we'll do our best.
Different band, same tune.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, we have
our marching orders.
Mm-hmm.
The glaive will walk ahead to absorb damage. That's all I'm good for these days.
But you do it so finely and so swiftly.
Yes, I will trip those traps very quickly. There's an entire TRF episode like that. All right. Oh, go on.
As you continue forward, you come across more of these tuning forks. And sorry, I didn't describe what they do when you fixed it, Landon. It creates like an area of no sound when it's struck. So if you're inside one of these intact tuning forks radius, which is about 30 feet, you can't hear anything.
And the hunting sound is like a bad sound that was spreading throughout.
Yeah, like a cancer that was infecting the sonorium.
Okay.
And you come across more of these tuning forks with small groups of raiders hanging around them. It seems like they can't like go inside them because they are also audio dependent, so the lack of sound is like a lack of oxygen. But they stay near them because they can hide from the walkers inside them when they come by.
Temporarily. Mm-hmm.
But as you encounter them, they'll join up with you.
Great.
In order to protect you.
We're going to have an army.
Yeah, we are.
Nice.
A little Helm's Deep for us.
Yeah.
And once you get near the spire, you see spread out in front of you hundreds of these shadow walkers between
Wow.
you and the spire. The spire is nearly a mile across, and it stretches up into the sky in a breathtaking curving arc. There is a vast 200-foot door in the front of it that you can see, but there are, again, the shadow walkers preventing you from getting there.
Distraction?
Yeah.
I think so. What do we got?
We got an ineffectual archer, slightly more effectual archer, and
You
someone
have
who can.
about
What's that?
30 of the raiders.
30 raiders, and someone who can launch telepathic attacks. I think between all of us, we can draw them off, and you can try to interface with the caretaker.
Could do that. Like try to pull attention away so that Sharad can go.
There's still the hunting sound inside.
There's still what?
The hunting
The
sound.
hunting sound.
Am I wrong that I thought everybody got the symbols in their mind?
Yes.
I think
four
we
of
did.
you have them.
All 4 of us, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that if we give the walkers more things to chase, it'll reduce the amount of trouble you'll have to deal with.
As long as it'll reduce that trouble, but the hunting sound trouble will remain. I think it's a good point. Maybe I can try to get in and try to find protection inside, or find a good opening for you to sort of rush in after me.
Sounds
you can
good.
clear the way. I'll run in.
Yeah.
See if there's anything. Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to make sure at least one of us makes it in, and then the rest can follow.
Sounds good.
Maybe try to close it up behind us.
I have a sash that lets me float in the air. So I'm thinking if you guys could give me a good push once the way is cleared, I can
Coast on in there.
They won't look up.
That's excellent.
I love all those counter-gravity ciphers that don't actually give you any means of propulsion.
Nope.
All right.
I aim my crossbow.
I will move to the other side to present another threat axis, and we'll fire my crossbow. And then run like hell.
Yeah, I don't have any ranged attack type methods, so I think I may just kind of follow behind Sharad, and if need be, flail my oak staff around to keep things at bay while we try to make it to the door.
Run her along, like push her.
Yeah. Watch your back.
Yeah.
Go in for a swing.
Yeah.
All right. So the raiders are more than happy to help you with this, to get you towards the tower. So they will rush in on one side and distract a bunch of them. And you and Faroon and Karis can pulls some attention to the other side, and it sort of clears this path for Sharad and Tanis to hurry down towards the huge door.
Hmm.
And once you're about 50 feet away, you hit another one of these zones of silence, and the Shadow Walkers don't go into it.
Oh, good. Sort of a little retreat area.
Yeah. Are are Faerun and Karis going to head towards the door as well?
Yes, once there's a path open.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to have both of you give me speed rolls, running or power walking, to get there without the Shadow Walkers stopping you, as some of the distraction element has worn off.
Right.
That is
Well,
now a skill. Power walking.
Yes.
We'll get Darcy put it in the next
Flex
core
skill.
book.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do. I mean, I have an inability to sprinting and similar movement.
Okay.
There's no getting around it.
You spend a level of effort.
I will spend a level of effort. Speed?
Mm-hmm.
12 plus training.
Yes. I rolled a 15.
Nice.
Nice.
All
In my
right.
head, that just it's sprinting tends to you think of feet, so she can't run really fast on her feet, but she could run ridiculously fast on her hands.
All right. So somehow it seems like, despite all previous evidence, Faerun's going to make it there before Karis.
Nice.
But you do both make it into this zone of silence just as a Shadow Walker was about to grab you and chew you up.
Ah,
That's not nice.
no.
As you get closer to the door, it's like very reflective. And when you look at your reflection in the door, you can see the colored shapes are floating in the air around you, but only in the reflection. When you look at each other,
Whoa.
they're not there.
Touch one? Like in the reflection?
No. Okay. So as you like move your arms around the shapes above you, they'll move and shift and connect and intersect, kind of like they were in the vision you saw. So you guys are gonna just stand there for a minute, just like waving your arms about, trying to get everything in the right order.
Yeah.
Of course.
And yeah.
I mean, I'll give you a balancing or a jumping roll to.
No, there's no roll for this. You guys all have this very deeply embedded in your mind.
Okay.
Inside is, when the door opens, is a huge room ending in another duplicate door. And as you step inside, the door behind you closes, and once it closes, the other one opens. The other one opens after you add the code again.
Okay.
And all this is happening in absolute silence.
All right.
Creepy.
Well, I think that's
Maybe
a good
not for
thing.
long.
That's a good thing. Silence is good
Yeah.
right now. Silence is
Yeah.
golden.
Yeah.
As you make it through the second door, you're inside. So the entire facility is a huge vertical shaft, 1,000 feet wide, inset with what appears to be small doors of various sizes. There's millions of them, but it's utterly silent. Hundreds of these doors have been ravaged, seemingly at random, smashed open, and blackened by some sort of energy. In the center of the shaft is a 10-foot wide green dome, which pulses with energy. This is the caretaker simulation, as well as the force projecting the no sound zone.
Okay.
Just cautiously approach the caretaker.
So you see symbols that you can read, even though they're not in truth. that tell you need to shut down the damper, load the information in your mind into the caretaker, restart it, and then the new programming should remove the threat. But you have to do it before the hunting sound gets to you.
Yeah. Where's this damper? Do we see it? What does it look like?
It is a like metal metal sheet that's like going across the center of the shaft.
Mm.
Should everybody just take a step and then?
See what happens?
Yeah.
We can step back.
All right. So once you turn off the damper, the sound comes back. And it's really shocking as it comes back, as you start hearing the pounding on the exterior doors as the shadow walkers try to break in.
Oh, God.
And then there's a high-pitched whining that's gathering in intensity. And you can see where you need to enter the sequence. So reprogramming the caretaker is going to take 10 rolls. Since all of you are helping, that's going to bring the difficulty down so that it's a level 5.
Jeez.
So, 10 rolls seems like a lot. All right, but that's how many it takes. So why don't you go first, Karis?
Okay. Come on, pattern recognition. 15.
All right, that's just what you needed. You are able to start entering the sequence in properly. Why don't you go next, Faroon?
You can do it.
I think you're muted, Shauna.
What?
No, now I can hear you.
I was gonna say I shouldn't mute myself. I'm gonna apply effort.
Okay.
Because this is important. I rolled a 1.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Oh no.
You start getting an awful headache. This like high-pitched sound is making it so you can't focus on what you're doing at all.
Ah,
No.
sorry guys, I can't focus.
And take 2 points of damage
Ouch.
out of intellect.
Ouch.
All right, Tanis, it's your turn.
All right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do effort 2. All right, that is a 16.
All right, that will succeed. You get more of the sequence entered in. And Sherrod.
All right. I'm going to spend a level of effort, and I don't know if it's relevant, but I have training in remembering and memorizing, which might be
Yeah, that will work.
helpful recall. So I'm looking for a level 4.
Level 3.
Level 3 with the effort. I rolled a 3. Just can't win. All right. It's that headache.
The headache betrays you as Sherrod's working on entering the her part of the code, and a pulsing distortion in the air the size of a small elephant appears and slashes and stabs with semi-opaque frequencies of sound that end in humming blades of focused noise. So
What?
give me a speed defense roll as the hunting sound attacks you.
It's coming after me?
Yeah.
All right. 10.
All right. You take 10 points of damage
Ouch.
Ouch.
as
That brings me down that's over my might pool.
Oh.
Wild.
So Sherrod is impaired.
Yep.
Oh no, guys.
And Karis, it's your turn.
Okay, gonna try this again. Spend a level of effort.
Okay.
16 and training or effort.
Oh, good.
All right, you get more of the code in. Faroon.
Okay. Another level of effort. New dice. 12.
All right, the level of effort makes it succeed.
Yes.
Nice.
All right, Tanis.
All right. I'm gonna do effort as well, and then, well, I have training and focus and concentration. Would that be applicable as well?
Yeah, I
to this
definitely think so
situation?
because you're like blocking out your imminent death.
Okay. Good. All
Highly
right.
imminent.
So level of effort, and then training and focus and concentration.
Okay.
That's a 15.
All right,
Nice.
you're halfway there.
Oh, no.
Sharad.
Let's see. So impairment means it costs more to use effort. I can still work with this. So I'm going to spend a level of effort on intellect.
Okay.
And then I'm also eased by my remembering and memorizing. 15.
All right.
Nice.
Perfect. It's going to attack again. I am rolling this randomly. It's going to attack Tanis this time.
Cool.
As this discordant elephant-sized distortion attacks you with blades of noise.
All right.
Goodness.
And I've got speed defense training
Okay.
and light defense training too. So,
Speed defense.
all right. That's a nat 20.
Oh, wow. Somehow you dodged.
Somehow I dodged sound.
It is a level 9 task, so good job.
Wow.
Not super fair for level 1 people, but you know, you are fighting sound, so.
Yeah. Trying to
All
wrap my
right.
brain around that.
Karis, what are you going to do? Or I guess what you're going to do is work on reprogramming.
I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'll spend a level of effort.
Okay.
And 19
Wow.
Oh my
You
gosh.
guys got the hang of
Nice.
this.
plus effort.
Dang.
Faroon.
Go. So can I spend effort if it puts me into impaired?
Yes.
Okay.
That's your right.
That's a choice.
Yep.
Doing it.
Nice.
And I rolled an 18.
Yay.
Oh my gosh, you
It's
guys.
just putting the effort, but sorry.
That's why you rolled that well.
That's right. I am impaired.
You're so close, Tanis.
All right. Effort again. And I have the training and focus and concentration.
Okay.
15.
15.
Okay.
I really like the
more.
dice you got me from Gen Con.
I blessed them at Gen Con. Okay, Sharad. One more.
I'm spending effort, but I don't feel like this streak is going to continue.
No.
I have a
Okay.
bad feeling about it.
It's okay.
I rolled a 4. Indeed.
All right. Well, it was nice while it lasted. Karis, give me a speed defense roll. It's your turn. It's focused on you
Karis.
now.
Uh-oh.
You're so swift.
I'll spend a level
it.
of effort.
You'll be
Okay.
fine.
Are you trained?
Yeah, no, actually, I'm not.
Huh.
Oh, I rolled an 18 plus the effort.
It's still not
Nice.
enough.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh, ouch.
Take 10 points of might damage.
Ow.
You're stabbed by sound.
stabbed by sound.
No problem.
Shake that off.
Yeah.
All
Huh?
right.
Wait, does that ignores armor?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I guess. Sorry.
They're sound blades.
No,
I don't
wait.
know.
Yeah, no, it does not ignore armor.
Okay, I give sound the finger.
Okay, and it's your turn. You need one more success here.
All right. Come
No
on.
pressure.
Bring it home.
Got this.
$14.
Oh.
dang.
Well, it was close. All right, Faroon.
Uh-huh.
Bring it home.
There's just
Please.
so much noise, and it's hard connecting all these shapes and colors, but you're so close.
Someone stabbed me.
Here we go. Natural 20!
Yay!
There you go.
Awesome. Well, that's a very good note to end this reprogramming on. There's
I
this
finally got it.
there's this sub-audible pulse of sound followed by silence, but it's natural silence. And then you hear the hunting sound disintegrate. It's a split-second shrieking as it's removed from the music or the sound. The caretaker comes back online, and immediately the facility begins to fill with dozens and then hundreds of raiders who march in and surround you. When the room is full, they all bow to you.
Oh,
Wow, guys.
Okay, that could have gone a lot worse.
yeah. I bow back, confused.
We get stuck in this odd cycle of bowing.
Yeah.
The caretaker says, I know that you have been through much hardship in Sonorium, but you have our eternal gratitude for returning me back to my full function. I will now work to restore the sounds lost to the hunting sound from the archives. But before that, I will return you recruits to the world of your origin. If you wish.
That'd be great.
Yes. I think we all wish.
Yes. Thank you.
You have our deepest thanks. And you're immediately overcome by a all-consuming sound that feels like it's ripping you to pieces. And as you start to scream, you realize you're back on Earth, on the Weir River, just a few miles away from Kai, fully equipped. And each of you has a small green gem attached to your clothes that will allow you to communicate with the caretaker if you need his help again in the future.
Yes. Awesome.
Also, all your people that were with you appear back here too.
I was going to ask.
Yeah,
Not
you didn't
bad.
just leave them behind. But that's the adventure. You guys survived the Spire of the Hunting Sound.
Nice.
I'm curious to
Awesome.
know what everyone does now that you're back in the Ninth World.
I am going to make a pitch to the others that we should buy an airship and start a run from Kai to the city of Bridges because there's going to be demand since so I know of at least one airship that won't be plying that trade anymore.
Strong. I'm here for it.
It's a good proposal.
I think that's a decent proposal.
All right, so you guys are going to work on starting your own airship company?
We're entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
and it'll fund my later expeditions into strange ruins.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you
Oh,
won't have to hire an
neat.
airship.
yeah.
You get maybe a more sturdier envelope on the airship.
Yes.
Oh,
As
yeah.
Landon and I will tell you, adventuring is a lot easier when you have an airship.
Uh-huh.
You can skip an entire module in a certain very long Pathfinder campaign.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Strong. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that was a
boy.
lot of fun.
Yeah, that was great.
Mm-hmm.
That was really fun.
Well, thank you all for playing and streaming with us. And thank you everyone who watched us live.
Thank you.
Yep.
We really appreciate it. This will be up on YouTube at some point, and then in the Amber Clave stream as a 2-part episode between seasons.
Perfect.
Let's see. So you can find me on Twitter at Kirim247 or tweet for our podcast at Amber Clave. We've been joined today by Darcy.
Yeah, you can find me at Darcy L. Ross, and I was so happy to get to play and get to play an adventure that a lot of it was the free RPG adventure from a bit ago. So a lot of people have played it. I had not read it, so now I finally know
Now
what
you
this is
know.
all about. Thank you. It was awesome.
You can find Darcy at Monty Cook Games. Pretty much anything to do with Monty Cook Games, as well as Cypher Speak.
Yes, thank you.
And then we've also had Acer.
Thank you very much, Megan and Darcy and Landon and Shauna. I guess I'll just thank everybody. And everybody who will watch or listen to this, I can be found on Twitter at Acer_Tolentino.
And Shauna?
Thanks. It has been a lot of fun playing for Rune. You can find me on Twitter at callmeshauna.
And last but not least is Landon.
Yep. And it's been a blast playing Tanis. You can find me on Twitter at solemn_Lyrian.
All right. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and we hope to see you next time. And we also hope that Darcy can finally teach me how to properly say yay to see.
I think you did great.
Okay. Well, I have the official endorsement now.
Yeah, and you have those symbols in your head that
Yeah.
you need to get that first before the sound makes itself clear to you.
Exactly. All right. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.